everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk about reasons your listings aren't selling. I do these monthly here on my channel, and I just figured there's a lot more that I came across on my Poshmark feed that I should let you guys know that maybe you should stop doing. So if this is something that is interesting to you, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a future reselling video that I do here on this channel. I specialize in mostly Poshmark, but I also can provide tips for other reselling platforms as well. Let's get started and go right into reasons your listings are not selling. Okay, so right off the bat here, we have a title that is very generic and not descriptive. It just says Urban Outfitters Zip Up. Doesn't really specify anything about what color it is, what the detail looks like, what the fit is like, anything else. So I highly recommend being more specific. Maybe specify that it's red, maybe specify that it has a stripe detail down the sides, maybe specify that it doesn't have a hood, because a lot of the times, like with zip ups, you get like they have hoods and stuff. So I would just really specify in more detail things about this jacket. I think it would help the item sell so much quicker than just the way it is. And while we're on the topic of not being descriptive enough, this title in this next one, it just says Brandy Melville crop top. This could be so much better too. You could specify that it's red, you could specify that it's a v-neck, you could specify, you know, the size. There are so many different things that you could add to this title to make it so much better. You could kind of also describe the texture. It looks to me like it's a wrap style top, but like I'm not quite sure. But definitely just add more details. It's going to help the item sell. Okay, so this next one I came across, and this is something I've seen that a lot of people do on Poshmark, and it's really important that you have the correct version of words and that you have the correct word in general. So this one, the person says that it's a comfy cow neck top. And the actual word is cowl neck with an L. And a lot of people say it wrong and they type it wrong, but this is hurting the search of the item, and also it's making the item, you know, not sell because people don't want to buy something where there's a spelling error. So I recommend making sure that you put the right word. This may seem really obvious to a lot of people, but you'd be surprised how many times I see people say cow neck or something like that. So definitely make sure you put the right word. And also, this is a little confusing in this picture because it kind of looks like one of the arms is missing. I don't know if that's just the way the item is styled or what, but it's confusing. Definitely make sure that the whole item is shown in the picture to leave no questions. And speaking of the right version of a word, this next one says sequins top. But the word that you're looking for here is actually sequins. And again, this makes such a big difference. And it makes it look like you kind of don't know what you're talking about when you have the wrong word. So definitely change it. This top is brand new. It could sell very quickly, but having the wrong version of the word is really helping or really hurting it in the search. So definitely make sure you put the right version of the word. And, you know, sequence is things in an order, they're in a correct pattern or whatever, and it's very different than sequins. So make sure that you have the right word and the item can sell a lot quicker. Okay, so this next one, there was a lot of things that I saw wrong. We'll start with the title. It just says sandals, very not descriptive, very confusing, very misleading, very, you know, leaves a lot of questions. And then the next thing wrong is that there's only one picture, and the one picture is kind of blurry, it's kind of dark, it's really hard to tell what the sandals look like, and so that really doesn't help anything. And then the description also is very vague, very confusing because it says fresh out of the wash, so that's weird to me that they're fresh out of the wash and they're a pair of sandals, and I don't know, the whole thing is just really weird. So a lot of things that can be improved here. You can white out the background, you can show the sandals in more angles than one. Definitely cover all your grounds, because if they have a flaw somewhere, that you definitely want to note that. So I would add more pictures. I would definitely add some stuff to the title, maybe add jelly-like sandals, size whatever, or add the color, add the material, add anything that's better than just sandals, that's not descriptive and it's not going to help somebody want to buy something. And also make sure that the description is detailed too, because the details are very important, and this is just very confusing and generic and not really helpful for someone that wants to know if they should buy the item or not. Okay, so this next one, it was a little bit strange. The title is kind of like a sentence, like it starts with like a such and such dress. It's like, just put the title, just put the color, just, you know, put stuff like that. But what was also confusing is it says it's a black and purple dress, but in the picture it looks completely black, and there's only one picture, and it's backlit, so it's very hard to see anything about the dress. So a lot of things to improve the title, like I said, start with express, black and purple, such and such dress, whatever, midi dress, v-neck dress, tank top dress, anything like that. Be more specific, and then add the size. And then in the pictures, definitely include if it is purple, because this is confusing to someone if they think it's purple or not, because it looks like it's completely black. And so definitely specify that, and definitely have more than one picture, because that is very confusing. You don't know anything about the material, the texture, the fit, anything like that. And also don't have the light being from behind, because then it's going to show, like, it's going to backlight the item and it's going to make it really hard to see. So definitely make those changes, and this could actually sell a lot quicker, and it would, you know, be a lot less confusing to someone wanting to purchase. Okay, so the next one is the title and the picture can definitely use some improvements. So the pictures, they have a white background. I give them props for that, but the photo is really hard to see. The item is not very clear, and the item itself is like towards the bottom of the photo, so it's like kind of blurry and hard to see. And the title is just like heart earrings or something like that. Like, it's very not specific. So I would really recommend like maybe specifying what the material is, maybe specifying like that they're like a dangly earring, maybe specify the color. Anything else that would be more descriptive than just saying heart earrings or something, I think that would really help. And you could also describe them in like the description, like say if they're heavy or lightweight, say if, you know, like if they're reflective or anything like that that could help someone determine if they want to buy the item. That could really go a long way with these earrings. Okay, so this next one I give a lot of credit to because it's very descriptive in the title and the background is white. However, the item kind of looks flawed, and if you could see in this picture, there's like a big gray spot in the top corner, but then when you look at the actual listing photos, there's no more white spot or gray spot anywhere in the other photos. So I think it was just the way that the lighting was, or if the way that the camera took the photo. So I think this kind of makes it look like the item is flawed, and it makes it look like there's like a big mark in the top corner of the item. So I would really go the extra mile to make sure that this item looks better in the pictures, and definitely be a little bit more clear, because it's a little bit misleading and could be confusing to someone wanting to purchase. And this is a beautiful piece, and so it would go a long way to just take a better photo. This just, to me, shows a little bit of laziness in the photo. Every time I take a photo, I make sure that the lighting and every color looks accurate. And when it has like a little gray spot like that, to me, it shows that you didn't take the time to make sure the photo looked good. And now that we're talking about making sure the color looks good, this next one, the coloring looks kind of like green. And I think these are like a denim short, I'm not really sure, but there's like a green coloring effect to the shorts. So that just means that the coloring, the lighting that you took these in is not good. And therefore, when you white out the background, it's going to make it look worse. So make sure that you take them in better lighting, and that's going to help these look so much better and not look like they have like a green effect to them, because I'm pretty sure they don't. And this next dress looks like a beautiful dress. It in the title it says that it's like a silky dress, but it looks completely wrinkled and like, I don't know, it doesn't look too nice in the picture. So I think this could go a long way to just hang it on a hanger, hang it on a mannequin, anything like that to really show how the dress looks and fits. And I think it would make the dress look more silky and more like its material than the way it is in this picture. And the last one that we are going to talk about in this video is this necklace that kind of looks like the colors are really off, and it looks, I don't know, it just doesn't look that great. And I mean nothing, like I mean no harm to any of these. I'm just trying to give my 2 cents on what I think could help improve listings. But this one, I just think it would make such a big difference to lay it in the middle of the screen. And maybe if you had like a little necklace display, or even if you like took a picture of it on yourself, you could always crop out like your body or whatever. But I think it just goes such a long way to make the necklace look lit perfectly and for it to be displayed perfectly. And if you just shined a little bit of light on this, it could really make the colors pop a little bit better and show the different colors and the materials. In this picture, it kind of looks really hard to see and very faded, and the rest of the pictures in the listing don't look that much better either. So this could sell better if the pictures were just a little bit more clear and brighter. Okay, so that is all the listings I want to talk about in this video. This was a shorter video than I normally do for these, but I figured I'd break it down into a couple listings this time. I know these are all things that are not that hard to make changes to, but a lot of people get really lazy when it comes to listing, or they just kind of rush and they think it doesn't matter. But all these things really do play a huge effect in how your items sell and if they're going to sell or not. So make these changes and these things could sell a lot more. And definitely double check your closet to make sure that you don't have any of these errors, because I know we all have things in our closet that we can improve upon, and a lot of people are wondering what they can do to make more sales, and these are the first steps right here, just making sure your listings look good. And if you want to see more reasons why your listings aren't selling, I do these videos, like I said, once a month, but each video I try and talk about things that I didn't talk about in a prior video. And so if you want to see more of those, you can go ahead and click right here for a playlist on those. And if you want to see another video on things that you should not be doing on Poshmark, you can go ahead and click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.